Hey everybody, it is time for some Spring Fever playoff action. And we're going to get the game up here. They're just getting ready to kick off. This is the other semifinal game, or not semifinal, quarterfinal in Spring Fever. Whoever wins here advances to the semifinals. And the Chicago Blitz are undefeated. Let's take a look at their team. They are 16-0, and they played Cleveland earlier in the year, and they won 43-36. So I am expecting some fireworks today. Looks like Chicago got the ball first, and they've already advanced it near midfield. 1st and 10. This super team, undefeated so far, is led by Deshaun Watson. Their wide receivers are Devontae Adams and Justin Jefferson, and the tight end is Travis Kelce. Halfback is Nick Chubb. This is a fantasy football dream team right here. These are all like first-round picks in fantasy football. So I'm going to have to run my kid to wrestling practice. So I will jump off in a little bit, in about 20 minutes. If we're lucky, it'll correspond with halftime. Crossing pattern to Justin Jefferson's dump off for 20 yards. Nick Chubb takes it down to the 32. Let me see if I can share this out in case anybody else wants to join me and take over while I am taking my kid. Spring Fever. Eight-yard pickup on first down by Chubb. And it's 2nd and 2 at the 24. Three-four show on blitz. So let's take a look at Chicago. Well, inside run to Chubb, guessed wrong. 4 nose tackle, short gain, first down. Chicago is no slouch. Cleveland is no slouch. They finished 11-5. We already know Chicago's undefeated. Chicago Blitz, by the way. Cleveland Browns were 11-5. And hold on. Am I wrong about Cleveland playing Chicago? Yeah, here it is. Yeah, so 43-36. Yeah, they only played them once, not more than once. They're not missing out on the game. A 6-yard pickup on first down, 2nd and 4. Get this out of the way. Off tackle left to Chubb being key. He's going to lose a yard. Guessed right, that would have been a 1-yard pickup, 3rd and 5. If Cleveland can hold Chicago to a field goal chance here, that's a victory. Three-four show on blitz. Inside run to Chubb, guessed wrong, short gain, touchdown. So the Blitz are sticking to what got them here. Good drive, says Cleveland. Cleveland's coached by Dan Sewer. Let's see. All right. So let's see how they respond to that. We did not go for 2. We only went for 1. They'll start at the 25. Slant to Cameron Brate's going to pick up 19. So the Browns are led by Justin Herbert, Melvin Gordon, Michael Gallup, T. Higgins. So they have quite an array of talent. Chris Herndon comes in as the second tight end to replace blocking back. Curl to Gallup, guessed wrong. It's going to hit a blank. Came this close to hitting the long game. Hey, short game, pitch out right to Gordon. Guessed wrong. Now, Cleveland is into Chicago territory, 1st and 10 at the Chicago 41. So we might just see a repeat of the regular season game where it went back and forth. Off tackle left to Keyshawn Vaughn's going to pick up 8. That's nice. You get a contribution from a backup. Gets 8 on the decoy. Pitch out right to Anthony McFarland Jr. He hits the short game, but on his card, he's one of those low usage running back. So he's contained to his average, which is capped at 3. So 10-yard swing there should be 1st and 10 to 20 without that rule. But with that rule, it's now 1st and 10 at the 30. Ten-yard pickup, guess right, on Justin Herbert's short card. Crossing pattern to Higgins. It's going to be picked off. Guessed right, 4-man in zone. Picked off at the 5. Big play. Return 20 yards. Six-yard run, guessed wrong to Chubb. Trying to get a backup broadcaster to come in here while I take my kiddo to wrestling. There's a 3-yard pickup. Let me send this over to Mr. Reeves. It's a sneak to Deshaun Watson on 3rd and 1 that picks up 7 yards. So that's the kind of tough to stop offense that you're facing when you face the Chicago Blitz. Janovich is in the backfield as a fullback. Pitch out left to Chubb. It's going to be guessed wrong, but he plugged the zone. That's a 14-yard swing. Without the linebacker there, it's a 12-yard gain. So instead of 8-yard gain, excuse me. So let me see Cleveland's defense, good against the run, average against the pass. Chicago's defense, good against the run, good against the pass. Both teams play a 3-4. Three-3-5 showing blitz. On 2nd and 12, Burkhead's in the backfield. Curl to Devontae Adams. Single cover to hits a blank on Watson's card. Not very many of those, but he found one. 3-3-5 showing blitz. 3rd and 12. Cleveland would love to get a stop after that interception. Crossing pattern to McCole Hardman, double covered. And it's incomplete. A good double, too, because I think without the double, that's complete. It was. He punts away on 4th and 12. over to Kenyon Barner. And he returns it 0 yards. So the Browns will go back to work. 1st and 10 at their own 17. Quick out left to Chris Herndon. Incomplete. Khalil Mack, who's a 4 against the pass, makes the play. Bomb to T. Higgins, going short yardage, hits a blank. Good call by Jason. Dan kind of got a little lucky there as it hits a blank. But then again, it's tough to complete a deep pass. 3-3-5 showing blitz against the I'm sorry, that was Dan who had the bomb guessed wrong. It's Michael or Jason who got lucky on defense. Get my act together. And Michael is who's coming in to help me with the play-by-play. There's a 7-yard pickup on 3rd and 10. Guessed right, flat pass, empty zone. So the Browns will have to punt. So Justin Herbert had an empty long pass on to shoot at and missed. Jack Fox punts it down to McCole Hardman, and he calls for the fair catch. So here comes the juggernaut again, Chicago Blitz. Three, 4 showing blitz. The Browns have Myles Garrett. Jaron Reed is a 4-7. Dante Fowler is a 4-4 on the D line. The offensive line of these Chicago Blitzers makes this offense run, really. Ryan Ramczyk, 6'7". Quentin Nelson, 6'7". Marquise Pouncey, 6'7". Screen right to Chubb. Guessed wrong. It's going to go 13 yards. Joe Thuney, 5'5", and Laramie Tunzel, 6'5". Two tights, two wide. Mike Gesicki checks in opposite Travis Kelce as a second tight end. 1st and 10 to 37. Slant to Kelce. There's some pressure coming. Flush from the pocket. Dump off. Short game. Well, let's get the pass rush charted up. 26% chance of a sack. And the random was a 44. Fowler against Tunsil. Three, 4 still showing blitz. Off tackle left to Chubb. He's guessed right, and he still hits a short game. He keyed him, but he didn't flood the correct zone. So he only had one guy in each off tackle. You need 2 guys in the off tackle out of a 3-4 to act as a key on his guard. Well, still wasn't quick enough to get the pass rush chart up. Into field goal range now. Curled to Devontae Adams. Guessed right on Watson's card for 10. Here we got our pass rush chart up. Watson 6 of 9 so far for 92 yards. Slide to Kelce. Guessed right. 3-man in zone. It's a fumble on a must-run sack recovered by the defense. Oh my, what a turn of events. The Browns got just what they need, and they'll take over at their own 20. They tried to advance it, but lost 2 yards. Dan says, whew. Needed that to stop the bleeding. So it wasn't even a real sack. It was a must run for 0 yards or less, which acts as a sack for all intents and purposes, which means you're subject to the fumble rule. And that button hook to Melvin Gordon, there's 2 men there, so incomplete. If we look at the fumble rating, both teams are fumble rating 2, which means on a sack fumble, 4 out of the 6 chances are fumbles. Slanted Braid, double covered, up off for short game. Picks up 11. First and 10. But Cleveland is right. They need to score on just about every possession because that blitz offense is going to pick up first downs and come close to scoring on every possession as well. We got a spectator joining us. That's cool. They should come and join the broadcast. And it's another interception, again near the 5-yard line. He goes deep, looks for T. Higgins against a run call, guessed wrong, and it's kind of like a short punt. Gets him down inside the 5. So they're making headway, but they're turning the ball over. That's 2 picks for Herbert, both of them around the same spot. Guess wrong run for Chubb, picks up 3. 2nd and 7. Guess wrong, picks up 6, 3rd and 1. That was Rex Burkhead on the carry, trying to preserve carries for Nick Chubb. Bomb to Justin Jefferson, correctly double covered. Watson's completion is on 8, so that without that double team, it's going to be a long gain. And now he's going for it. 4th and 1 from his own 13. Oh my stars and garters! This could go bad any number of ways, but he's that confident in his offense. Let's see if the Browns can turn him over. Crossing pattern to Jefferson, guessed wrong, incomplete on the interception split. So he had him guessed wrong. Look at that completion percentage. From 2 all the way to 9 and 12. So you're talking out of 36 chances, 5, 7, only 10 chances of incomplete. So 26 out of 36, it would have been complete or receiver reading. Guessed wrong. Pitch out left to Melvin Gordon's going to pick up 2. So now suddenly the Browns are in the red zone, trailing by a touchdown. Go big or go home. The Browns made the key stop. Even if the call was wrong, the result was right. And now he's going to pick up 1 yard, defensive end +1 or +5. Dexter Lawrence makes the play. So 3rd and 7, Justin Herbert can complete a short pass. So the defensive line for the Blitz, Leonard Williams, 6'12", 2. Williams, 4'2". Dexter Lawrence, 5'5". Button up to Gordon's going to pick up 5. Now what is he going to do on 4th and 2? Is he going to be happy to get points, or is he going to push the envelope and try to get a touchdown to tie this game? He's going to line it up for the points. Crosby comes in. It's up, and it's good. And it is 7-3. So that risky going for it on 4th down allows him to, or only results in a 3-yard, a 3-point penalty. 3 yards, 3 points. Okay, I got to go. Where's my backup commentator? Slant to Kelsey, 15 yards, no fumble. Receiver reading. There he is. Michael Reeves, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. I'm so glad you're here because I have to leave right now, or at least.
Okay.
So I'm taking my kids to wrestling practice. I'll be there and back in 15 minutes.
Sure.
So what we have here is a spring fever playoff game. You don't know the teams.
Mm-mm.
You do know one place. The Chicago Blitz is coached by Jason Owens, who
Oh,
you're
yeah.
in a couple leagues with.
Mm-hmm.
He has this Chicago team undefeated. They're at 16-0, entering their first playoff match, and they have Deshaun Watson, Nick Chubb, Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson, Travis Kelsey. So it reads like a fantasy football dream team.
Mm-hmm.
And they beat Cleveland 43 to 36 in the regular season. So a lot of offense between these two teams.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so far in the game, Cleveland's thrown 2 interceptions at the 5 yard line or 4 yard line, right around there, stopping their drives. The Blitz have got a touchdown. They went deep and they turned it over on a sack fumble. And then they just did something crazy from their own 13. They went for it on 4th and 1, and they didn't make it. And that led to the Browns field goal. So
Mm.
the Blitz are driving again. I'm going to hand it over to you.
All right.
And I know you don't know the teams, you don't know the league too well, but just have fun calling the game. I'll be back to join you in a second.
Hey, we'll have fun with it. Thanks, Dennis. All right, so Dennis set it up there pretty well, and we just saw a 13-yard pass play, and it looks like the Bears have the ball now at the Cleveland 20. Bears are up 7-3, 16-0 in this league. And he's right, it does read like a fantasy football team here. Deshaun Watson under center. Watson looking and throws. Completed pass, 13 yards. And now it's 1st and goal, ball at the 7. There's a run that goes absolutely nowhere. Loss of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 8. So they're going to stretch 3 wide. That's Rex Burkhead in there. Watson under center. Watson looks. Watson throws. And that is a touchdown. So the Bears have now extended their lead 14-3. Dennis had mentioned earlier that this club was undefeated, 16-0 during the regular season. The Chicago Blitz, not to be confused with the Chicago Bears, in this beautiful stadium rendering here. There's a flat pass. It's caught behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2. And it's now 2nd down and 12. It's Melvin Gordon who takes the carry. And that's a nice pickup there of 16 yards on the play. Move the chains, 1st and 10 for the Brownies. Ball at the 39. Both these two clubs have high-powered offenses. That's Justin Hebert under center. 2 tight end set. Hebert in the pocket, looks, passes, and it's caught. And a 1st down. Pick up a 15 on the play. $15-yard flat pass. And so it didn't take very long for the Browns to make their way into Bears territory. That's Michael Gallup. I see him. There's a flat pass, but he's unable to get out of bounds, but it is a pickup of 11, short pass. Justin Herbert takes his club to the 35. We got 1:37 to go here in the first. Kind of a big drive here for the Browns. They're already trailing 14-3. There's a pass that falls incomplete. Guessed wrong. There's another pass guessed wrong. That's a pickup of 14. And another first down. As the Browns will not call a timeout, they elect to preserve those 3 timeouts, playing the hurry up. Stays in that 2 tight end set. Ball at the 21. That's T. Higgins. There we go. And there's a run that goes backwards. That's a loss of 1. It's 2nd down and 11 on an end run. So the Browns have the ability, the opportunity here to cut this to 1 score. It's 14-3. Bears bringing some pressure here. There's a completed pass across the middle, and that's going to get inside the 10-yard line. So that's a 12-yard pickup. Justin Herbert again with the completion. Gordon in the backfield. Bears showing blitz. There's a pass. It actually loses a yard. And 30 seconds to go here in the first half. Browns trailing 14-3. Guessed right run there, no gain. And so now it's 3rd and 10. We'll see a 3rd wideout. Came in for the Browns. And that is Chris Conley. You don't hear his name very much. Former Kansas City Chief. There's a pass that goes incomplete. So the Browns will have the chance right here to cut this to a 1-score game. With a chip shot from Crosby, and it is good. So the lead has been trimmed to 14-6 with 8 seconds to go. Here in the first half. And we hope and pray that we don't have a delay, and we don't. So after that squib kick, Bears have the ball at their own 21. In what will be the last play of the quarter. There's a run, it's a pickup of 8, and that is going to end the quarter. So it's halftime. The Blitz are up 14-6 over the Browns. Dennis Crowley, who is a member of this league, has stepped away and will be back in about 10 minutes, and he asked me to pick up on the broadcast. So all things considering, Browns are in pretty good shape here. They're only down a score. As you'd heard earlier, the controversial 4th down call from the Bears inside their own 20 kind of bit them in the rear end. And there's a fumble, but the Browns recover, and look at that. They'll get a first down out of it. So off of that carry, they're able to advance the fumble 8 yards. As Tom Cook says, the action is coming fast and furious here. Flat pass, 2 men in the zone. That's a loss of 4. It is 2nd down and 14. Browns trailing by 8. And there is another incomplete pass. Incomplete on the receiver card there. On Michael Gallup's flat pass card. That'll bring up 3rd and 14. They're unable to convert. They pick up 5 on that play. They're going to give the ball back to the Bears. After that fair catch, not the Bears, the Blitz, actually. The Blitz will take over as they hold serve here in the 3rd quarter, chasing the Browns off the field after only 1 first down. In fact, it could have been a lot worse had they recovered that fumble. There's a quick look, pickup of 12. Completion there to Devontae Adams, the brand new Las Vegas Raider. Los Angeles backed up the Brinks truck to sign him, and there is a sack. So that's a real momentum builder there for Cleveland. A loss of 8. Deshaun Watson pulled down in the backfield. So 2nd and 18. Watson back, throws over the middle. It's caught. Now let's see if he could get one or more of them. Pickup of 12. Yard pass completion on Watson's card. It's now 3rd and a manageable 7. There's a quick look over the middle, and what do you know? There's your first down. So flat pass. Interesting call. Pickup of 7 on the play. It's guessed right on Deshaun Watson's really nice flat pass card. And they're able to move the chains. Most people would think short pass there, but flat pass was good enough to get it done. Cleveland is bringing a lot of heat on this play. And Chubb picks up 5. So Chubb and Burkhead back there. There is Andy Yanovich from the Cleveland Browns, who played for Houston this year, but not enough to get carded. Chubb with another run and a first down. And I hope he didn't have a freeze in the game, because the game appears to be locked in animation. And I mean really stuck in animation. Nobody has moved here for a couple of minutes. Well, at least a minute. Oh boy, if Dennis is listening to this, he's not going to be real happy. Our worst fears confirmed. As we're going to have a pause in the action until Dennis returns back to his home. So we'll have to fill some dead air here for a while. Just to reset the game, Chicago undefeated in this spring football league up against Cleveland. He said they played a monster first game in the regular season with a 42-35 win for the Chicago Blitz. But Cleveland has the weapons, and certainly with Justin Herbert, a quarterback that you can build upon, I'd say the future is looking very bright for this club. Whereas on the other hand, Chicago's going to have to live without Deshaun Watson, certainly for a year. Hard to know what they're going to do with him this year. Lots of numbers being tossed around. Full year suspension, half year suspension, 4 games, 5 games, 9 games. Lots of speculation. And Cleveland handing a lot of money to a player who in all likelihood won't be able to fulfill a season. But that's how desperate that club has been for a quarterback. So since the advent of StreamYard, if you're listening to this and you see that little duck, you see that little duck up there in the right, StreamYard is our preferred, actually right now, the only method that we use as far as streaming games is concerned. We used to use YouTube streaming service, but we're no longer doing that. StreamYard's been a nice product. It's been pretty consistent, actually, and I think they're offering a lot of improvements, especially for us cheapskates who don't put in any money toward this. So it's pretty much free. All you have to do is stare at that duck in the top right-hand corner. The duck with the nice cans on his ears. That's nice. He always looks like he's enjoying what you have to say. So we'll kill some more time here today. Strat-O-Matic released their annual Thrills and Chills. And for those of you who don't know, that is Glenn Guzzo, who helps put together the ratings, is instrumental to Strat-O-Matic to put together a quality football game. Very soon we're going to see the actual game here in a few weeks. Have a ratings guide here in about a week or two, but this is a nice teaser where he'll go through every team and go over their highs and lows, but in just little brief capsules. Most every team has their quarterback profiled, and then they'll go to like their best specialist, be it a top-notch wide receiver, maybe a rookie running back. And now a lot of us have already seen, the defensive ratings, but he puts some insight on the defensive cards, the team defensive cards. And we also get a chance to see some of the special teams players. That the ratings basically profile the offensive linemen and then the defensive, all the 11 defensive starters, basically their ratings. But on offense, you really only get to see the offensive linemen. So this preview is actually pretty cool. They're talking about the anomalies, who has the strongest offensive cards. Aaron Rodgers has generated a ton of buzz with his card. And talking about some of the top-notch rookies from this year, specifically Jamar Chase, Micah Parsons. Took a good look at all the quarterbacks. Tom Brady has a really strong long pass card, I noticed, this year. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's just a nice little teaser. But in this league, basically, we are finishing up our use of the 2020 statistics. So when Strat-O-Matic releases a season, they don't release new players. Basically, it's based on a season before. So they'll release a stock league, basically, of all 32 NFL teams. And the majority of Strat-O-Matic players do play stock, and that is admitted readily by Glenn Guzzo. But Strat has allowed the adaptation for a draft version of the game that you can play with stock. Well, I wouldn't say stock, basically draft defensive cards. So every team defense, all 32 teams have a specific defense that is geared toward their performance in the 21 season. But then they have like a generic card that has, poor pass defense or good run defense, 5 different varieties of pass defense and run defense. And that's how we're able to play with a draft league. Either that or you'd have to take like the most bland, and I wonder if they've always had draft cards. I'll have to ask Dennis that to see if they've always had draft cards, or maybe they just chose to pick like the most average, mundane, offense and defensive cards. Maybe that was a thing. The other thing that's interesting here about StreamYard is when you're on an iPad, I don't think that you can. Yeah, you get kicked out. So you can't open up like a second program. I have to ask Dennis when he gets back too if he's talked to Glenn, and maybe we can have another preview show here once the rating guide comes out, or at the very least whenever the cards are released. That's always a lot of fun. Now, usually in that case, when the game is released, a lot of us will get online and gab about the cards. Tom Cook usually puts that together. Like we said, unfortunate circumstance here. We had a game freeze, so we're kind of stuck here for a little bit. When you're streaming the game and you're not actually connected to the game, I don't have the ability to log out or log back in. I'm not watching the game. I'm just specifically here on the stream. So Dennis will get back and get us back in here in probably just a few more minutes.
I did. I wanted her to get spinny winny. Hey, I'm back. Are we still? We're dead, aren't we?
We're deader than a doornail, my friend.
Okay, let's get back in there. So what did I miss?
Well, nothing, actually. The Browns kicked a field goal just before the half, drove it all the way inside the 10, but got stuffed at the 10 and couldn't go any further. The Browns had the ball, fumbled it, advanced the fumble, got a first down after the kickoff, and then had to kick it back to the Bears. And that's where we are.
All right, getting back in now. 21-6. Cleveland looking to make it a one-score game if they can get in the end zone on 3rd and 10. We joined just at the right time. Slant to Chris Herndon, and he gets exactly 10. Didn't find the end zone, but that'll get him going. Mm-hmm. So what's on the menu for tonight? Are you cooking salmon again?
No. I had a pizza from Donato's.
Donato's.
Yeah. You guys have that in the West Coast?
I don't think so. Is it a chain?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember that one. Okay, we had an incomplete on first down, a 2-yard gain on second down, 3rd and goal at the 4. What was I going to say? Yeah, these are all the places you're going to have to take me when I come out there to visit you one day.
Yes, would love that. Would absolutely love that.
That'd be fun.
Yep. Yeah, and I got somebody to go to when I get to the West Coast, too.
Heck yeah. Slant to Chris Herndon, and it's guessed wrong. 15-yard pickup on Justin Herbert's card. So we're going to get a touchdown. Guessed right would have been incomplete. Boy, Herbert's card's not as good as I thought it was.
No, it's not.
Guessed right anyway.
Yeah, but how about hitching your wagon on this guy for the next decade? I'd say he's feeling pretty good about it.
Yeah, for sure. And the game crashed, according to Jason. But
we saw the important play, and
yeah,
kind of made unnecessary the next question. I wonder if this is 4 down territory.
Okay, so we're going to have a reboot here, I hope. Let's see if I can save game, just in case they run into problems. This is Chicago, Cleveland. All right. So we'll let them reboot. We can get out. And what I do, like here, watch this, guys. When I reboot, I do a task manager, Control Alt Delete, and then I look for anything starting with an S, just to make sure there's not a ghost copy of Strat-O-Matic Football running. You can get by without the reboot as long as you check for Strat-O-Matic Football.exe running down here. And it looks like we're good. So we should be able to rejoin the game. Let's go. So we'll be ready when they're going. So it looks like it's going to be a good one. The whole thing is how to stop that blitz offense. And so let's join. Let me go to the Spring Fever game, playoff game, and see if that manual save got the touchdown. Save didn't. Oh no! Sorry. Delete last play. It did capture it, but then I was thrown into a go for two situation.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go new game. Yes. So if they need my save
Right.
has it. My save has it here. Let's launch it again. Launch save game. So there. So it's set to the same play call. So that's no good. Let's do it again. Let's look at the auto save. Because you don't want to call their offense and defensive plays for them without them having a choice. Auto save, won't save game. Where is that one at? That one is just at the touchdown with no even extra point attempt. So let's go look at the other one. What happened? Oh, that's the wrong one. 2022 Sprinkler auto save 2. So let's launch this, and let's get the same play result. So we're going to do a short pass. Oh shoot! We need to have the same formation in there too. So here we're trying to recreate what we saw on the screen. So we got
two tight end set, I think.
Yeah, it was
Herndon.
So launch save game. So instead of that, we're going to go two tight end set. We're going to do that. And we're going to say short pass to Herndon. And we're going to say run key. Okay, so there we go. Now we got the touchdown. And now we can save it here. Game, save game. Clean, Chicago, Cleveland, save. So I'm going to email this to Jason. So then they'll be able to go in there and pick their formation, be in the right spot.
Right.
So let me get my Gmail up here. So Jason and Dan. Clean save for your playoff game. And then we'll just go over to, we're going to have my game installed here. Leaks. Strat-O-Matic Football Playoffs and save. And it's clean. Let's get the directory here. Riveting broadcasting, I'm sure.
I feel like we're in the truck.
Exactly.
Who was the producer for Monday Night Football? Art Rooney? Shoot.
Chet Forte.
Chet Forte.
Chet 40. Chet 40. Forte is how the Bears running back says it. Chet 40. So it's going to be in this directory. The league number is different.
Roonage. It's Roonage. I know that name.
Yes.
Roonage, yeah. That's the funny thing. It's like I'll hop on, online to go look at it when there's like a pause, and then when I do that, then if you're streaming on your iPad and you open like a second window, then you lose your connection to the broadcast. That happened to me multiple times last year.
Okay, producers, Monday Night Football, 1970s. Wayne, what were they? Was it the executive producers? I thought Chet 40 was definitely one of them. But you're right, Roonage or Wayne. It's not Wayne Roonage. It's not Wayne. Roon Arledge. There it is. Roon Arledge and Chet 40 from 1970 to 1986.
There you go.
Okay, they put a game number out here, but I don't think he knew about my save yet. This is going to be one of those weird ones we saw where it was like you can't decide. So it looks like he's going to set it up again. 57116. That's what I did, I think. Watch game. 57116. Okay, well, let's see what happens. Okay, so here we go. This is ridiculous. I'm talking to each of them individually. Let me make one where they're together. Chicago and Dan. So we'll get it figured out.
It's okay. I'm learning more about Rune Arledge.
Yes.
I am. This guy was something else. But not just Monday Night Football. ABC World News tonight.
Wide World of Sports, right?
Yep. Nightline. 2020. And Monday Night Football.
Nice.
Wow. A titan, if you will.
Yes. I'm sure he's passed away by now, right?
Yeah, 2002.
And Chet Forty has as well. I remember Chet Forty used to have a radio show here out of San Diego that I could hear on the mighty 690. Talk radio way back when.
Yeah. 700 WLW is our big one. That's our flagship.
Nice. It's with Steve Hartman and Chet Forty. And
I know Steve Hartman. Yeah.
Yeah. So they did a little radio show. Dun 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 dun. Well, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna shut this broadcast down and make a new one.
All right.
Or should we just keep rolling? What do you think?
Oh, you know what? I had one where we had stuff cut out, and I was able to trim a whole bunch of it in one new broadcast. So, with the editing tools, you can do that. But if you want to start a new one, you're welcome to.
Yeah, you're right. Editing. I don't know. What did you use to edit with on YouTube?
Yep. The creator. Obviously, we can't use it to start videos anymore, but you can trim stuff out of there real easy. I did it on my phone. Yeah.
Nice.
So while we're waiting, I'm sure you got a chance to review the Chills and Thrills.
I did. Yeah, we should pull that up. That's a good topic.
Mm-hmm.
So, what stood out to you?
Aaron Rodgers. That to me seems the buzz. Yeah.
That's going to be a crazy card.
Yes, it is.
So let's look at that while we're waiting. So that was in part 1 or part 2?
NFC was the first one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I thought it was very interesting. I put on the forum about how Russell Wilson's guessed wrong attempts are now in line with the type of quarterback he is, simply because he didn't have a lot of must runs. So I feel
vindicated.
Bad. I don't know about vindicated, but I feel bad for all the dual threat quarterbacks that because Strat's system is set up in such a way that guessed wrong, they're always going to be shortchanged until they add in must run chances on a guessed wrong column.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that always seemed really backward.
So let's look through here. James Conner. Now that's he's good. I think I have him in S28. He's going to have a nice card. Tough to keep out of the end zone, running line buck and off tackle. So he's going to have one of those cards where 2 columns are good, and the end run column is going to be garbage. Mm-hmm. But that works out fine. I mean, Chris Carson did a heck of a job last year with that type of card.
Yep.
Let's see. 3-1 block 0. We know about the rating preview already.
Yeah, it's really all about just offense. It's almost like the cards. Basically, the offense. That's the thing it means more than anything else.
All right, so we have a new number. Let's see if this works. Dun dun dun. So feel free to fast forward through all this nonsense.
Yeah.
It looks like we're connecting. We're connecting this important playoff game, and we're good. So as long as he can select his 2-point play, we're in good shape. Cleveland has the ball, and it looks like they're going for two.
They flip sides, weirdly enough.
Yeah, curl to Michael Gallup, and it's going to be good. He
There you go.
avoided the 48% chance of a sack with a random 63 out of 100, and then he had the white die 6 beat the defender 5. So two fortunate 50-50, well, 33% chance plays worked out in favor of Cleveland, and now they trail by a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
So, he didn't have to go for two there. He could have waited because if he misses, he's down by 9. Still 2 scores, but I bet you he feels good now. So 2:23 left in the third quarter. 21-14, blitz on top of the Browns. Chubb in the backfield. He has plenty of carries left, I would guess, right? Oh, no, he
yeah.
only has 4. He's got 4 unfatigued left. So he must have carried the ball a whole heck of a lot. So we'll see how that factors into the game plan. If he's, who is the backup for Chubb? That's the question.
Burkhead's been playing a pretty fair
Oh
amount,
yeah, but he's not one that scares you.
but
Unbelievable. What do we have, a crash? Save the game. Okay, so it is going to be, let's see, Chicago Cleveland. If you don't reboot, now I asked him, did he reboot? If you don't reboot, you're just going to run into this stuff over and over and over and over and over again.
mm-hmm. Why is that?
Um, I think it's because there's like phantom copies of the game running in the background,
Okay.
and inexperienced coaches don't really feel comfortable doing the control alt delete thing that we did earlier, the task manager. You can just hit start and type in task and bring up the task manager app. So there's 2 copies of the game running in the back running. There's a main copy, and then there's a ghost copy. And that will just keep crashing it over here. Now, see, look at this. I have a ghost copy. I have 2 ghost copies here. So
You do.
I've got to look at the game's not running, but it's in my processes. So I'm going to end task. I'm going to end task. Now that's one way to do it without rebooting.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, it's just easier to tell the coaches to reboot. And I'm going to reboot too. I'm not even playing in this game and I'm rebooting. I'll be right back.
Okay, Google. Why do computers boot so quickly?
According to
I am back. Nice to have an SSD to do the reboots. But I don't think Dan rebooted the first time because now he's rebooting. I see his little dot disappear from being online. So I never saw that the first time. So I don't think he rebooted, and that's why we got another crash.
Mm-hmm.
My 2 cents.
Yeah. Well, these new computers now, you can boot them in like 10, 15 seconds. It's just so
Right.
much easier.
But what's funny is a lot of guys in our community will play. You keep their old computers just to play Strat on them because they don't want to deauthorize everything or reset
Right.
everything. So
Right.
we still have a lot of guys that have the regular boot. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about the preview. I put it on the screen.
Sure. Oh, wait.
Did I? Or did I forget to share?
No, it's
Hold
not.
on.
I
I may
can
have.
get it on my phone.
Hold on. No, I forgot to share. That's what's going on. So share screen one, share, and then full screen, and then there it is. So talk about Atlanta, Carolina, one of those. Kyle
Mm-hmm.
Pitts is double team.
Yeah. Yeah. Dennis is going to take a break here just a little bit. I'm going to call up this on mine. So if you're picking up this broadcast later, or maybe you're listening to it live, or you're going to watch it this evening, anybody who follows this closely has been seeing this Thrills and Chills that comes out just about now, and in a couple of weeks, we're going to have the actual cards come out, and the ratings guide's going to come out here pretty quickly, probably like next week. And we're all drafting here very soon, and Kyle Pitts clearly is going to be on a lot of people's radar. He seems to be a generational talent, and Strad really helped him out a great deal for a rookie, especially. He's got double team catches. He's also listed as a tight end and a wide receiver. So that's going to be nice. I think he's a zero blocker, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of teams just move him out to wide receiver and maybe find some run help on tight end. But the flexibility to be able to move him back and forth, that's going to be a pretty valuable player. So it'll be interesting to see where exactly he's going to go in a lot of drafts. And this is going to be a quarterback heavy draft. But a lot of these cards, frankly, aren't going to be any good. The only one that's going to be remotely good is probably going to belong to Mac Jones. So you're going to have a quandary with that. Mac Jones will probably have the best Strat-O-Matic rookie card, but you wonder about his ceiling. Kind of a situation a few years ago when Mitch Trubisky was drafted along with Patrick Mahomes. I had a situation where I had a chance to choose between the two, but after some general coaxing from some coaches, not to be, I give all credit where credit's due. Tom Cook basically told me he was never going to talk to me again if I didn't pick Pat Mahomes. But for teams who haven't had a quarterback for a while, maybe you were inclined to pick up a Mitch Trubisky, but you would have to sit out a year. Mahomes only played one game that year. And so Mac Jones is going to have far and away the best rookie quarterback card in the set. But is that what you want to hitch your wagon to? Do you want to give Trevor Lawrence a second chance while they start to build some talent around him? Trey Lance, what's going to happen to him? I mean, basically, San Francisco is handing the keys to the car to Trey Lance as they're telling Jimmy Garoppolo, go find another trade partner, go find another team. He's on a non-guaranteed contract, so I can't possibly imagine them keeping him. There's no way they're going to cut him before the regular season starts. They're handing everything over to Trey Lance.
Hey, I'm back, and
Hey.
they still haven't given us a new game number. But that's a great point. But what if Mac Jones turns into the next Tom Brady? I mean, what if, it's hard to say what's the, and then we talked earlier about the must runs and, if Trey Lance is going to be a running quarterback, what kind of strat cards is that going to produce?
Yeah, I can't remember how many attempts he had last year.
Not a lot. Yeah, you're right.
Well, it was under 100, certainly. So I don't know that he's going to.
He started like one or two games, and then he got hurt. So let's go to. We don't want that. We want Pro Football Reference. So he had 71 attempts. You're right. So he's not going to be eligible in a lot of leagues.
Mm-hmm. So that's kind of a Mahomes situation there, basically, where if you go to draft him, you're just going to, I wonder. I don't know that we really know for sure. Maybe you can answer this question. So, we have seen Autumn Wind, for example, has put out their ratings guide for next year, their workbook, but it's based on the ratings guide. And I do think that some of it is a little bit of speculation because, number one, I noticed that Jordan Love was included, which we don't know for a fact that he's going to be the backup quarterback. And I noticed on some that he actually had like punt return and kick return for some, which we clearly wouldn't know. I guess he's just taking a guess as to how many people he thinks is going to be return specialists. I always wish that Strat would do something about that with the ratings guide, that they would kind of add a little bit extra. So they would just name the roster. Would be nice.
Well, I wonder if, we do have some connections there. I wonder if Paul has gotten a hold of a ratings guide from like, say, Mick, who's part of the test team. Because you're right. We usually don't get it until the ratings guide's out.
Right.
And the ratings guide is due to be out maybe this week. Maybe they'll have it ready tomorrow with the new ordering of the new products, the pre-ordering.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like both coaches are back now, but I don't see a new game number.
So actually, it was last year that Jordan Love didn't get an attempt. And they gave it to the backup, who I think had one pass attempt. He could have been carded last year because that was his rookie season. But this year he did have 36 attempts. So he will get picked. He will be carded, I mean.
Yeah.
He had one start.
It could be that they're just, like you said, guessing or using logic on what's happened in the past.
It's awful quiet there. No one ever talks about making a deal for him. I guess they've seen enough in the preseason in that one game to not make a move on him.
Yeah, it's not like a lot of hype like there was around Aaron Rodgers before he took over.
Mm-hmm.
You wonder.
You do.
19667. So we have a new number. Now, Jason has had a lot of problems with this kind of stuff. Okay, inside run to Burkhead. We're back and we're going. Guessed wrong for 2 yards. So he's switched it up to a 3 wide set with McCole Hardman coming in. Now that Chubb's out of carries, or at least close to being out of carries.
But he has the luxury to be able to do that because you look at his line; it's fantastic. So you have 5s and 6s, so you're not going to get crushed by that. Great
double team there on Kelsey, but it hit one of the completion numbers on Watson. That's why Watson's card's so tough, because he has all those guessed wrong completions on short. He's got the Drew Brees type card on a flat pass card where it has, double team completions on 3, 5, and 7. Guessed right and guessed wrong, maxed out here. 3rd and 1, Chubb's in the game. Inside run to Chubb, guessed wrong, only going to get a yard. Guessed right, would have lost a yard.
Wow.
1st and 10. Yeah, but I mean, he did have that great stuff on a 4th down. It wasn't a stuff. It landed on 11 on Watson's interception chance, guessed wrong on a short pass. Crossing pattern to Justin Jefferson, guessed right for 11. And we're now into the 4th quarter. The Chicago Blitz are holding a 21-14 lead in this quarterfinal game of Spring Fever. I'm joined by Michael Reeves, who's my color commentator tonight. Burkhead's back there in a 3 wide set. So you can see he has options. Like you said, that offensive line makes anybody a good runner.
Mm-hmm.
Screen left to Burkhead. Nobody was in the zone, but he brought the pressure. And because the pass was to Burkhead and he has an asterisk receiver or an asterisk pass rusher, it was an auto sack. Chubb's back in there. 3-4 showing blitz. Gesicki checks back in as the second tight end instead of McCole Hardman as the 3rd wide receiver. Bomb to Jefferson. Double teaming Jefferson. It's a dump off, though, for 5. Oof, that could have been worse. That could have been a big dump off, but it was a interception chance on the defense's average pass card. So it didn't hit the split because there was still just one man in zone, even with a correct double team. 3rd and 8 now. Outside of field goal range, this could be four down territory. Screen right to McCole Hardman. Double cover, but it's double covered by a linebacker, and that means the white die 6 is still in play. It's a short gain, 18 yards, 1st and 10 at the 25. So some good calls by Dan, but the rolls are just going the way of the blitz for the moment. Let's see if he calls run out of this formation at some point, because he's been running it with Burkhead behind those 6s. And he does call run. It's keyed on the
wrong
right side. Yeah, one man in zone on the other side. And Andrew Van Ginkel's 5 is beaten by the white die 6. So white die 6s are not being friendly to
not
Cleveland
at all
right now. Off tackle left, running it again. If he would have had him in the zone that time, it would have been a +1, -1. But instead, it picks up 4. So 3rd and 3, Burkhead stays in there. So you're on the horns of a dilemma here. You call run, and you're subject to flat pass from Watson. That was a run. Guessed wrong. The nose tackle was a 4.
Nose tackle, yeah.
Got beaten by a 5. So 1st and goal at the 6. Inside run to Burkhead. Key, he loses a yard. 2nd and goal at the Cleveland 7. Chubb's in there. 2 tights, 2 wides. 3-4 defense. So if you key Chubb, you're leaving 3 men in the zone against on an average pass D card. Pitch out left to Chubb. Guessed wrong, but there's a man there. Short gain. Doesn't matter. He would have had to key him because I think that's guessed right is a short gain too. So now it's back to a 2-touchdown lead, 10:30 to go in the game. Tucker comes in and booms the extra point. 28-14. So your job is the same as it was when it was 21-7. Go down, get a touchdown, and then get a stop. Still plenty of time left. Two tights, 2 wides. Herndon comes into the game. Gordon has pitch out right, guessed wrong. Gordon has now 12 unfatigued carries left.
Boy, the dice aren't doing him any favors here
The
all.
old dreaded 5. Off tackle left to Gordon. Only picks up 2 since the defensive end is a 5 or 6 and the white's a 5. So 3rd and 9. 2 tights, 2 wides. He goes to the shotgun. 3-3-5 for the blitz. Crossing pattern to Higgins. Single covered, incomplete. So 4th and 9. 9 minutes to go. Do you down by 2 touchdowns? He's punting. Would you have gone for it or punt?
I would have punted there.
Yeah, you got to. And it's a fair catch. So remember, Chubb's just about out of carries. So if he makes some good calls here, he could possibly get a 3 and out. Screen left to Chubb. Guessed wrong because the linebacker had abandoned the spot. 27% chance of a sack in Ngakoue against Thuney, but it was a random 62. So nobody was covering Chubb. His guessed wrong card gives him 14 yards. If he had left him home, it would have been incomplete. 3-3-5 showing blitz. 1st and 10 at the 30. Everybody's coming. Jailbreak blitz. 22% chance of a sack, and it's a fumble, and the defense recovers. Just what the doctor ordered.
There you
for the
go.
Browns to get back in this. 7:30 to go in the 4th quarter. So it was only 22% chance of a sack, and the random roll was an 8 this time.
Right.
Slanted, Chris Herndon picks up 11. So 1st and 10 to 16.
Yeah. It's more than just sacks, right? It's not having to sit back and wait for an interception.
Yeah, huge turn of events there. We see him calling a lot of pass. I wonder if he'll go with an end run to Gordon. Nope. It's a double by the linebacker on Herndon, and it lost a yard. Defender Khalil Max 4 against the white die 4. Second and 11. Not 3-4, not showing blitz. Off tackle left to Gordon.
Good call.
Can he beat the nose tackle? No, he cannot. Deshaun Williams is a 4. The white die was a 4. He got 8 instead of a touchdown. 5:42 to go in the game. 3rd and 3. Huge play
call,
here. It was a good call. You can't run a draw here. 3-4 showing blitz. So he's going to need to hit Gordon's card. Guessed wrong. Instead, he tries to throw it. It's a must run for 5 yards. 1st and goal at the 4. 5:06 to go in the game. Time is an important element here. Not going full house. If he wants to key Gordon, he's going to be the only guy running it unless he goes for a sneak to Herbert. Guessed wrong, short pass, incomplete. 4-man in zone. So he got the call. He wanted it on Herbert's card. That would have been a touchdown on Herbert's card.
Did they play average in this, or did they upsize in the playoffs?
It's a double counting league.
Oh, okay.
Crossing pattern to Higgins gets in. So the Browns have good against the run, average against the pass. The Blitz have good against the run, good against the pass.
I see.
So a similar result in the end, but the players' ratings drives the cards. So 28-21. 41-yard return, just missing the touchdown. That's going to give the Blitz 1st and 10 at the 45. My goodness. You wanted it at the 25 instead of at the 45 if you're a Browns fan. And remember, the Blitz are undefeated, 16-0 heading into this game. There are very few times where they've been challenged this year. They've been rolling over people, including rolling over my Seattle Seahawks team early in the year. Fly, guessed wrong. Nobody's in the zone. Sniper scope, 33 yards, and just like that, go big or go home. The Blitz are in position to close this game out.
God, what a good call. What a good call.
If he showed blitz, if he would have brought the house, it would have been a chance for a sack because it wasn't a 1X. But he left himself all sorts of wide open there with the average pass to and nobody in the zone. Now he's trying to key Chubb, and again, the Blitz say, I am going to get this in the end zone. I don't care what it takes. They throw short. They risk another sack fumble. They don't care about that. So here we are, 1st and goal at the 9. Burkhead and Jacob Johnson in the backfield as the fullback. 3-4 showing blitz. Crossing pattern to Jefferson. Double covered. Incomplete. He's got double team receptions. Guess right would have been a touchdown. Guess wrong would have been a touchdown. He needed to perfectly call that.
That is living dangerously there. I mean, he can run some time off the clock and be up by 10, and Cleveland's like, we'll get the ball back, but with 2 minutes left to go, be kicking himself if that was a turnover.
Slant to Kelsey. Incomplete. Save some time. And it was almost a sack. Look at that. That's really the only thing that I think can save the Browns at this point is a sack fumble.
How close was it?
22% chance of a sack. Random was 25. So here we go. 3rd and goal at the 9. Chubb's in there again. 2 backs, 2 tight end set.
He's got to run this one here. He has to.
You'd think so. Pitch out right to Chubb. Guessed wrong, but there's a man in the zone. So it'll be 4th and goal at the 6. So a blocked field goal is just about the only thing that Cleveland can give Cleveland a fighting chance. But instead of a 12, it's a 2. The kick is good. 31-21. 152 left, down to the 0-yard line. Will he take it out with Barner? Or will he take a knee? He takes a knee. So you really need to go down, get into field goal range, kick the field goal, recover the onside kick, or get a touchdown and recover the onside kick. You need a touchdown and a field goal. It doesn't matter the order. Post to Chris Herndon. It's going to be a must run for 11. First and 10 at the 36. He goes hurry up. Takes it down to 130. I'd like to see a spike or a timeout.
Right.
You don't need to, you're not going to get a touchdown with 3 timeouts left. Fly to Michael Gallup. Lands on a 7. They needed the 8. 2nd and 10. He sticks with that 2 tights, 2 wide set. 3-3-5. Watch him pull a guy back, maybe. He does not. Post to Herndon. He wants the 8. He gets the 6. It's 3rd and 10. That's what he needs. A little bit of magic. Land on Herbert's card on an 8. So make sure he's not double covered. Watch it. Jason's not really double teaming here. Screen left to Gordon's going to pick up 8. He had Blitz, the linebacker, assigned to coverage. So 4th and 4. This is the game, folks. 1:07 to go. So he brought Khalil Mack on the blitz. Curl the gallop. Oh, he got the 8. If he had gone deep there, different story. But if you know the dice roll ahead of time, it's a much easier game.
Mm-hmm.
Takes a knee. You got to use your timeouts. I mean, there's very little chance that you can do anything. But so this is going to set up a Chicago Blitz hosting the Seattle Seahawks in the conference championship game. Whoever wins that's going to go to the Super Bowl. And look at that. He doesn't even just concede it. He throws a short pass. Now he can knee it out. Watson was huge today. 24 of 32, 357, 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
And let's look at the box score.
That's impressive.
Yeah, 29 first downs for the Blitz. Unstoppable offense. Takes a couple knees. Now we're in good shape. So we overcame our connection issues thanks to rebooting both coaches. That seemed to settle things down because Cleveland probably had some of those Strat games running in the background. But they come away with the win. The Blitz come away with the win. Chubb only had 89 yards today, but he had 2 touchdowns. Herbert was, damn near perfect. Completed 75% of it. I'm not Herbert, but Watson. Watson was near perfect. Herbert was good, but he threw those 2 picks. That could have been a big difference. I mean, Chicago lost 2 fumbles. One was a sack fumble. I don't remember the other fumble. But that's it. That's your game. So on Kelsey 6 for 101. So on to the semifinals for the Blitz. They'll face the Seahawks. The Blitz go to 17-0. Great season for Dan Sewer and his Browns, but came across an offense. This is one of the best offenses I've seen in Strat. Maybe Nathan's SSFA offense. By the way, you want to join me on Sunday morning to call that game?
What time?
It's the SSFA Super Bowl at 9:45 a.m. Pacific, 12:45 p.m. Eastern time.
Well, I will be drumming in church, my friend, but I'll be listening as best I can.
Oh yeah, you can check it out afterward.
Yep.
So you play the drums in church, huh?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I know you're a singer too. So,
yeah.
But they got you on the drums.
And one day somebody didn't show up and play drums, and I played it, and I've been doing it for 4 years since.
Heck yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'm no Bonham, but I can play.
Nice. John Bonham.
That's it.
Led Zeppelin.
That's it. I had to throw in one reference before we go.
There you go. I like it. All right, guys. So thanks for watching. If you really stuck with it this long, kudos to you. So
you're a trooper,
thanks, Michael.
right? Take care,
right.
Dennis.
I'm going to end
See
it. Take care.
Bye.